And so what you're trying to do, and if you ever want to take a vacation and have that person eventually think like you think, work like you work, and be able to run your business the way that you would want to. So maybe you can actually go to your kid's soccer game or whatever the thing is. Like you're going to need their commitment at a higher level than just what you're paying them.
So how does that work for you? I mean, what are the things that you're doing to get buy-in from people as you're, I mean, obviously you brought up earlier, there's a relationship. It takes time to get to the point where somebody can be trusted.
Yeah.
Maybe not just from a trust standpoint, from an experience and replicating yourself. There's maybe the things that require training and to get where you feel that you have that confidence in them. But where do you start, right?
I think you start with character both ways. I mean, you know, the best way to get someone to think that you really care about them is to actually really care about them. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the trick. And so I think you gotta, you have to, great leaders have hearts and smarts. Like they know what they're doing, but they also put heart into their work. And, you can't take someone to a place you haven't been.
Yeah.
Right. And so, if you want someone to put head and heart into your work, then you've got to be modeling that one with how you work, what you do, but also how you treat them.
Yeah.
And I think that's where, like, if you treat people well and invest in them as people, they're more likely to invest in you as a person. And all of a sudden now that person who's your right-hand person cares about you making it to your kid's soccer game.
Yeah.
Because you cared about them making it to theirs. Right. And then you can kind of create this relationship where it's like, hey, we're working together to build this vision. And you're also giving them opportunities to fail. You're giving them opportunities to grow. You're in their ear coaching them, giving them feedback when it goes great and when it doesn't, and I think when there's that honesty and transparency in how you're leading people, they're more likely to buy into you. I think it's John Maxwell says, you always ask for a man's heart before you ask for his hand. Right. And so you're getting them to buy into the vision and where you're going. But people don't buy the vision before they buy the person. And so, when someone's believable, they'll follow you to whatever vision you want to go to because they're not following the vision, they're following you.
Yeah.
People don't follow PowerPoints. They don't follow posters on the wall. People follow people. And that person is you when you're the leader, And so I think be intentional about that relationship, saying, hey, here's where we're going, but knowing they're trusting your character as the main thing that's going to get them there.
You're building relational equity along the way. This bank account of just investing into the person. And that way there's the first thing that goes wrong. They're not just saying, I'm finding another job. They're saying, that's an anomaly.
Yeah.
Instead of,
and things will go wrong.
Right.
Because you're a human, you're going to make mistakes. But when you've deposited money in that bank account and the emotional bank account of this guy cares about me and he's invested in my success, then when he makes a mistake, I'm more likely to forgive. When he's got to make a withdrawal and there's a balance in the bank, it's going to work. But when the balances are zero, emotionally, mentally, all those ways, because you've made it just about the paycheck, then the second you screw up, now we're in the red.
Yep.
And now I'm going to give you less than 100% because you went in the red and you're balanced with me. So now I'm going to give you 80% effort. I'm going to do enough to not get fired.
Exactly right.
And that's where a lot of workplaces, a lot of teams go. And then you're in the wheel of people coming in out of your business and you never create that margin because you didn't invest in the person.